Touching Tips, episode 45, maybe 46. Who fucking knows?
Yeah, I don't know.
Catchy title coming after we watch our own work.
Yeah.
So, we're ripping right into Joe Biden having cancer. He's got prostate cancer.
Is it prostate or pancreatic?
I don't know.
Either way, it's like fucking he's dead. Yeah. Like he's like fucking stage 5 metastasized and shit.
Yeah, I mean, hasn't he been dead?
What? Is this like a Paul McCartney scenario where you think he's just like a fucking shadow agent? Or
Yeah, he's like a puppet. Well, I think there's... You know how they get people on doing tricky things now? They zoom in on the ears.
Oh, like you can't fake ears kind of shit?
Yeah, and like people are like, there's like a few... like, remember there was a Biden that was like tall for no reason? Remember that going around?
Like they just brought out the new model?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. Well, I don't know.
I don't know. It's very suspicious timing, right? Like, didn't they just also release some other thing? Like, some other damning evidence came out that they were like, I don't know.
Yeah, everyone was all pissed off at Trump because he was like, on the fucking wake of him getting diagnosed with cancer, was already like dunking on him, being like, you know, this shouldn't stop you from investigating all of his corruption and shit.
I don't think it should.
Well, whatever. I mean, I don't give a fuck.
An old man is dying. Like, I want to know what he did wrong.
I mean, old men dying have a lot of crimes usually.
Yeah. Especially in politics, right? You're in politics for 50 years trying to trick me into thinking that you were going to fix it. It's like, what were you fixing for the last 50 years?
Yeah. That shit is always wild to me about like the incumbent president being like, if I'm elected president, I'm going to change all this. It's like, motherfucker, you're there. What are you doing now?
You're not going to do nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
You're going to keep getting paid for this fake job that you made up
basically
for yourself.
Yeah. Biden, though, that whole shit is kind of... I mean, I'm not usually a conspiracy theorist. You know me. I'm very skeptical of your shit usually, but even this one has me like, not a fucking single test this whole time this motherfucker's been president, like revealed this cancer. Like, how the fuck does motherfucker have a stage 5 metastatic terrible cancer like 4 months after he was as a president? Like, you didn't see any of this on this fucking like 82-year-old president. You got to think he goes to the fucking doctor like all the time, right? I don't know.
He's 82?
I think he's even older. I don't know. He's fucking in his 80s. Yeah.
Dude, I talked about this legendary man, this 82-year-old Miller Lite drinking cigarettes, smoking, N-word saying man. He's like, his son's like a Hell's Angel. Yeah. And like now he loves me. Yeah. I was nice to him that one time. I gave a moose a muffin, and now he's like, hey, let's go. And I'm like, oh no, he's going to do it again. But he didn't.
Please don't do it, sir.
I was like, please nobody talk about anybody black to set this guy off.
But
this guy is having the time of his life. He's still got his wits about him. You know what I mean? Like, he could be doing a better job.
If you're rolling around just dropping N-words, I don't know how many of those wits you have.
No, he's got them.
I don't know about
He's still thinking critically.
Yeah, I guess.
Like, he had, you know what
More so than Biden was. Yeah.
Yes. And he got like there was a true test that the universe gave him, though, because there was like gum on his chair. Yeah. So I don't know if he sat on a bench and there was like a gum in a wrapper and that was stuck to him and it like came in with him. Yeah. You know what I mean? But he's like some fucking jerk off that was sitting there. Somebody must have put gum on my chair. And I'm like, I don't think anybody put gum. I think the gum was on you. Right. And now it's on my chair. I think you put the
gum on my chair.
No, I don't think he did it.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying like by transfer.
Yeah. I'm like, I bet you there's gum all over the seat of your car right now.
Probably.
But I'm not coming outside with you to further investigate this.
Yeah, I'm not coming near your car.
No.
Yeah.
There might be a Hell's Angel in there.
I was going to say, it's probably fucking, it's probably the General Lee parked outside.
What are you doing?
It's the horn he gives you.
Or he like bought that. Remember the DC sniper?
I remember the DC sniper.
He like bought that guy's car from the police impound.
It was like a van, wasn't it, or something? Or was it a car? No, you're right. It was a car.
I think it was like a 1980s boxy like Cutlass.
Yeah, it was like Cutlass Supreme. Yeah. And he like outfitted it so you could fucking like crawl into like the space below the fucking
I think he
bed
like made his son be the shooter.
Yeah, or something like
He's
that.
Like, get in the trunk and kill these innocents.
Yeah.
It's pretty wild.
It was pretty wild. I mean, it's quite a father and son duo, you know?
Yeah, like I feel like some people talk like Dan Soder. He's like, you want to hate on growing up with a dad as an only parent. He's like, but it's awesome. And it's like that guy just took it too far.
Yeah, yeah. Flew too close to the sun.
Yeah, they just didn't stop at like watching WWF together. Like, nah, let's.
I mean, if you want to uncover another layer of the Brennan Long saga, like not only did my mom let me smoke in the house, but my dad, when I would live with him, would buy me cigarettes. That's like next level trash parent, where it's like, hey, what do you want from the store? It's like, get me 3 packs of fucking butts.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
How much was that back in the day?
I don't know. It was probably like $6. I remember.
What's the cheapest when you started smoking up? You obviously only lived in New England, right?
Yeah.
So how much was a pack of cigarettes when you first started smoking?
So when I first started smoking, I remember. All right, so here's a little story. There was this kid named Kranar Zuda. He was like this fucking
what the fuck is this guy's name?
Pakistani kid or whatever. I went to school with, but he was like always a little fucking
what's his name? Chinar Jägermeister.
Kranar Zuda. Shout out to Kranar Zuda if you're still alive. I don't know if you are. But anyway, his dad would have like fucking pallets of Winston cigarettes, like cartons and cartons and cartons in his garage. So what he would do is he would just steal like a carton of butts, bring them to school, and he would sell them to me. And I remember thinking like, I'm buying packs of cigarettes for $3 a pack. And at that time, I'm like, this is a fucking ripoff. But I'm paying it because I'm fucking 7th, 8th grade or whatever the fuck it was. But yeah, so I mean, I was getting ripped off at $3 a pack in whatever the fuck that was, 1995 maybe, 96. So I mean, if they had to have been like $1.75. Yeah.
They've gone up quickly.
Oh, yeah.
I want to say I didn't start buying my own packs of cigarettes until I was a freshman in college.
Yep.
So that would have been in 2002. And I lived in Florida.
Yeah.
And I want to say maybe they were just under $4 a pack. Like maybe they were like $3.98 or something like that.
They were definitely, you know what? Actually, they were like $2.50 or something a pack because I remember you used to be able to buy a carton of cigarettes for like just a tick under $25. It'd be like $23.20
of Winston's
of whatever Marble Lights at that time or whatever.
I feel all right. So when money wasn't an issue, or were you always?
Oh, when money was an issue, I was a P-Funk guy.
Parliaments.
Yeah. Parliaments.
You blew the little thing. You did the.
Yeah. The recessed filter.
Yes.
Yeah.
You got to be cool and blowing it.
Yeah. Because there's always tobacco like sitting in it. Because otherwise you just end up sucking
one out of every 20 cigarettes has one in there. But then you just get in the habit of being gay and doing it.
No. Well, so once you get
I smoke Parliaments.
Once you got past like the first like 5 cigarettes, like to the point where the cigarettes could jostle around, then it was like anybody's guess. Like, and especially when you got down to like the last 3 cigarettes of like a smushed pack of butts, it's like, dude, there's fucking tobacco all over the place.
I used to smoke Parliament menthols back in the day.
God, I never got into the menthols. Menthols were too
much.
Too hard.
Well, all right. So what about if money was an issue? Were you smoking like trash?
Dude. Absolutely.
Clearly you're smoking Winston's. But that's in middle school, right?
Yeah.
You didn't know any better.
Yeah. That was just by virtue of needing.
Were you ever rolling around with a pack of like Pall Malls?
Oh yeah,
no
Pall Malls,
way,
absolutely,
dude.
Towards
like
the
in
end,
your adult life,
dude. Yeah, well, of course. Towards the end, man, when they were fucking, because they were approaching $10 a pack when I finally quit. So I mean, like, well, actually, fucking Parliaments were over $10 a pack, even with the buy. Remember, they would get around that shit with the buy 2 get 1 free.
Yeah.
So they got around that for a while, but then once that stopped, it's like, dude, I can't spend fucking $11 on a pack of cigarettes. So I was buying fucking Mavericks, fucking Pall Malls, Mustangs,
Mustangs.
Whatever was cheap, man.
Holy shit, dude.
I mean, I'll tell you this, man. The last 2 years of me smoking, I didn't even fucking enjoy it. Like, it was just like, I'm just buying shit like a crackhead. Like, what's the cheapest fucking thing you have?
Just sucking dick because you couldn't quit.
Pretty much, man.
That's crazy. I don't think I've ever smoked any of those cigarettes that you just brought up.
No, I mean, everything. Fucking Pall Malls was probably one of my go-tos. It was either that or Mavericks, I'd say, towards the end. Those are like the cigarettes you could find anywhere. And Mavericks, were like the fucking bottom of the barrel. Even when the fucking clerk sold you the Mavericks, so much judgment in the eyes. It was just like, you almost had to go in there with like sunglasses and your hood up to buy a fucking pack of Mavericks. It's like, you sack of shit.
It's like you sit down and it's like, do you guys have Irish Mist here?
Yeah.
What?
I mean, Mavericks were legit the tobacco scrapings. They like fell off the guys that worked at the plant while they were going to the bathroom. Like, that's what Mavericks were made of, 100%. So gross.
I'm like trying to think of like the worst ones that I ever smoked. Like maybe some Salem's. Like there used to be like some black pack.
Yeah.
Salem's. I got into those.
So my mom used to smoke Merit Light Ultra 100s.
Wow, bro.
So
I forgot about those.
It's
too.
not even that it's not even like they were terrible cigarettes. You literally had to cut half the filter off just to enjoy them because they were so like light you couldn't even get a pull off of them.
Yeah.
But she used to buy them by the carton. So every time I would go into she would keep them all in the freezer. I don't know why. But every time you go in the freezer, I don't know, like keep them crisp and fresh. I have no fucking clue. But all you would have to do is you just like kind of sneak your hand in there and just pop them all up a little bit. So it's like, there's 6 left in there. You take 2 packs and pop the other 4 like closer.
Oh, yeah.
So it looks like you still have 6 packs of butts in there, but you only have 4, And she never fucking got wise to it. I stole like 2 packs of cigarettes at a time all of the time from every one of her cartons of cigarettes.
That's crazy. She's just sitting there pulling her hair out.
Yeah, like, why am I smoking a carton of cigarettes in 3 days? The fuck is happening?
That's pretty incredible.
Yeah. I used to terrorize my mom with that shit. I used to make her think she was losing her fucking mind. Like, we had a saucepan, like a regular saucepan. So I went to boil my glass piece in it, and I fucking ruined this thing to the point where I was like, I got to get rid of this. Like I just chucked it into the fucking woods behind my house.
With the silverware.
Yeah, well, basically though, it's just like
Put it in the silverware pile.
It was the only saucepan we had. So then from the next like 10 years, my mom is just like, where the fuck did this saucepan go? Like it couldn't have just disappeared. It was the only one we had. And of course I just stuck to my guns like, I don't know what the fuck happened to it. And like one day, like one Thanksgiving or something, Thanksgiving is always like the come to Jesus moment with the family, where I was just sitting there and she was like fucking railing about the saucepan. I was like, yeah, I boiled my glass piece in it and ruined it and threw it in the fucking wood. She was like, I fucking knew it. You could tell like she had been waiting a decade for somebody to fucking come clean on this shit. It was total vindication.
Hey, this is why I haven't been calling you on Father's Day.
Yeah, exactly. Pretty much. Anyway.
Oh man, speaking of funny burns. Like I just used like a personal thing that you told me as like a funny dark humor response, and you just rolled with it.
What's that?
Like how you like she's never called me on Father's Day.
Yeah.
You think she would?
I mean,
you know what I mean? But I just rolled it as a joke, and it was all fun, right? So I did another thing recently, right? Where a friend had posted a picture. We won't say his name because he's mad at me about it. But basically, he told me that when he was getting married, he had the hunch that his mom hated him the whole time that he was getting married. You know what I mean? And so he posts this picture of like a wedding day, and so I got to explain the thing. And I feel like this, like being a native Rhode Islander, could really be fucking with me on this, right? Yeah. So I go to this wedding. This is the second time I meet this kid's mom, and she's dealing with chemo. Right, so she's got a bald head, right? So I just know this lady. In my head, she just looks like that. You know what I mean? Like, so he shares this photo from his wedding, and to him, he's like, "Yo, my mom has cancer in this picture." You know what I mean? But to me, I'm just like, "Nah, that's just how I know this lady."
Yeah,
you know,
she's
like
bald lady. Yeah.
Yes, like it's just not registering to me. Like, yo, don't fucking use this picture, Ryan. Like, go find another picture to make a meme out of this. You know what I mean? So I send him the meme, and he kind of laughs at it. He told me this. We laughed about it before and shit, So I see the shit doom scrolling on Facebook, and it kind of looks like, it's 2 photos. One they're hugging, and another one they're hugging a little tighter or whatever. And the way she's got her hand, I'm like, oh, it kind of looks like she's pushing him away.
About to push him off?
Yeah, and I was like, dude, he fucking told me that she hates him the whole time, you know? So I'm like, I go, oh, man, this is fucking perfect. So I go through. These are all the steps that I take, right? I have to screenshot the thing on my phone, right? Which is taking forever. So I'm finger banging the back of my phone for forever, still not thinking this is a bad idea, right?
Yeah.
Then I got to crop it. Then I got to take it into the meme maker. I got to do, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Then
it's like a 15-minute process for you to realize it's a bad idea.
It was like 5 minutes, right? Yeah. Probably not even 5 minutes because I'm a professional memer.
Yeah.
So I get this all done. I send it to him. He laughs at it, right? And then like 6 hours later, he texts me, "Don't be making memes about my mom ever again. You're still my guy, but I don't like this shit." And now I feel bad. I feel like I let down a friend, you know what I mean, for being a douchebag. And I was like, fuck, bro. Like,
I don't know. I feel like it's fair game.
Yeah.
I think it's okay.
It's okay. It is okay. And he told me, you're still my fucking guy.
Yeah.
Just I don't want, this is out of bounds, But like this happened maybe like a week ago now. And I still am like, fuck, man. I let my guy down.
I don't think you did. Like I said, I think that's a total fair play.
All right.
That should Should be dark. It should be
but
funny.
I just think so.
You know?
So I sent him a thing being like I was like, yo, I didn't mean to make you feel this way. It was like the complete opposite of how I was trying to make you feel. You know what I mean? And basically saying like, yo, I appreciate you sharing though. Like instead of just cutting me off and saying, fuck this kid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I will be a better friend to you, blah, blah, blah. And then he just never said anything back to me. So I feel like maybe that's where I'm at. Like, oh my God, even my sorry didn't catch no love.
Yeah.
You know? But I don't know. Just I don't know what made me think of that, but
yeah, I don't know. But I think it's a fair play.
We were talking about some other shit.
I mean, if you can't have a sense of humor about dark shit, then what the fuck are we even doing here?
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's why me and you have the podcast.
Yeah, I mean...
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to go through some dead dad jokes, I'm happy to hear them all.
Yes.
Like, nobody's made fun of my dead dad more than I have, you know? Anyway...
What about this little thing right here talking about the face that like Ben Franklin's making at you when you roll him up to snort some Colombian Bam Bam?
It is a little bit of a judging look.
Yeah, but also so this
Who
one
are you fucking animals using Franklin's though, man?
This one says I disapprove.
It's all about the Washingtons.
But I guess I can't stop you from rolling me into a straw and ripping an epic rail of white lightning off the sink in this Texas Roadhouse bathroom. You goddamn beautiful disaster. I used to have a Mustang with a drop top.
Yeah.
And that car's nickname was White Lightning.
Yeah.
And I stole that, I believe, from the movie Dazed and Confused. They're outside of the pool hall, and they're talking cars a little bit. And I think one guy's car is White Lightning.
Yeah,
and the other guy's car is like the orange, like GTO or whatever he's got, right? So he's like, this is White Lightning. Like, you got to get some wheels on this or whatever. So you know what I mean? I've been White Lightning in this the whole fucking time. And then also in the movie Cop Out, which is an underrated movie that has Tracy Morgan, Bruce Willis.
I do remember that one.
Stifler.
Yeah.
They had one dude is Black Thunder and the other guy's is White Lightning.
Yeah.
And how have I never ever thought that White Lightning is a slang term for drugs?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean that's
like that's incredible. Like I used to work with a black kid and he was Black Thunder and I was White Lightning and we would say it all the time.
Yeah.
And everybody did drugs in this atmosphere. And nobody
you were
was
just
ever
living that life, man.
Huh?
You were just living that life.
Yeah. But I've just sat now. I'm gonna call drugs White Lightning all the time.
Your nicknames for your cars were all cool, huh? Mine all were fucking terrible.
Yeah, but they're all stolen from movies. Like I had the Red Dragon from Old School. I had the White Lightning from what did I just say? Dazed and Confused.
Dazed and Confused, yeah.
I got Serpentor. That's just the bad guy from G.I. Joe.
I had Marge.
Yeah, see?
Marge was my my K car, 1984 Plymouth Reliant, light blue. It's like a grandma mobile, so I called it after my grandma. Then I had the aluminum Falcon, because it was like this piece of shit Chevy Cavalier that like every time it got up to like 62 miles an hour, the whole fucking thing shook. What else did I have? I had the fucking... what was this? Why am I fucking blanking? What was my other car? Oh, the Slomero. It was a Camaro, and it was a shitty Camaro, so I called it the Slomero. The Slomero.
What year Camaro?
It was an 82.
Oof.
Yeah.
First year of the third generation?
Yeah, T-tops and...
Did it have a 4-cylinder?
No, it was a 6.
It was a 6?
Yeah. And
I don't know if they put 4s in the Camaro ever.
Yeah, I never even got the thing to pass inspection. Like, I literally I drove it around illegally for like 3 months, and then it fucking died, and I was like, I just left it wherever it was.
My first car is like the cool version of that Camaro.
Oh, yeah?
Like I had a 1987 Z28.
Yeah. Ooh.
Black with silver ground effects, T-tops.
Nice.
The only thing it didn't have was a 5-speed.
Yeah.
But those cars are cool, but they're fucking heavy because they're all metal.
Yeah.
And then they come with like a 305 that sucks. They come with like, I forget what the transmission, a 700 R4, but that sucks.
Yep.
Like, everything about it sucks.
Yeah.
They overheat all the time.
I bought the car for $1,000, and the exhaust system was, like, hanging off of it. Like, it never... and I was never going to put the $4,000 it needed to fucking be, like, a passable car ever. So I literally just burned the shit out of the clutch and then just, like, fucking left it wherever it was.
It was my best friend's mom's car. And he bought it from her, and then he sold it to me. And then he got a motorcycle.
Well,
but I put side exhaust on it, like a real cool guy. It was like, all fucking loud. Yeah.
See, at no point in time did mine actually look cool. Actually, no, mine looked cool, but then, you know, you'd pop the hood and you'd be like, oh, this thing's rotting like away.
There's not very many cars. Let's go back to the first car that you brought up.
The 1984 Plymouth Reliant?
Yes.
My favorite car ever.
There's not very many cars that you can bring up that I can't visualize.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck that car looks like.
So Have you ever seen the movie Beverly Hills Cop?
It's a Plymouth.
Plymouth.
So it's a Dodge.
Yeah.
So what is its Dodge counterpart? Do you know its Dodge cousin?
Dodge. Well, no. It was
just like a box
Yeah,
car?
it was a K car. It was like that. It was that terrible style of car that just like, it looks like a.
Like the cop cars are in all those old movies?
Yeah. It's a fucking 1980 cop car, you know?
Where are you getting the term K car from?
That's what it's called because of the body. If the body's like that and then, it, whatever, it's like, that's what it's called. It's a K car. It's like it's all boxy and shit.
I'm gonna research. Yeah. Because
you have a phone.
Because K's are boxy. That doesn't make any sense.
It's all angular.
It's a K car.
Yeah.
My Nana's calling me right now.
Uh-oh. You're in trouble.
Nah. I don't know. I feel like I gotta not answer my Nana because I'm doing important podcast stuff right now.
Ugh. Well, I'm gonna go fucking show you what a K car is. This makes for great content. Me Googling K car. K car. Oh, weird. I didn't even have to really look for it.
Well, that's funny how we're bringing up these Dodges.
That's a K car, basically.
All right.
Yeah. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I think that's my car right there. Yeah. It's pretty sweet. No, it's a Chrysler. Where's the Plymouth?
It's all the same.
Yeah.
I've been watching these guys my whole YouTube now. I'm just watching these guys that buy salvage auction cars and bring them back to life. And so I've been watching these two separate channels, right? That don't have anything to do with each other. They don't know each other.
That's the exact car. It's
They're
even the
not
same
from
color.
around each other. Is Periwinkle Blue?
Periwinkle Blue.
Hell yeah.
Oh,
Hell yeah. So one dude's in the Baltimore area.
Yeah.
And the other dude is in the Kansas area. Right? So they couldn't be further apart from each other.
Yeah.
And they both, do you know what a Hellcat is? I know you're not a car guy.
No.
It's like the upper echelon trim package of a Dodge Challenger or a Charger.
Okay.
Or it had, the motors are crazy. They have 800 horsepower from the factory.
Yeah.
Which is a lot if you don't know.
Okay, yeah. I drove a K car, so I don't know.
I'm just trying to think, even the coolest of the Camaros of that year that came out, maybe the best one approached 400 horsepower, but I doubt it.
This thing has some fucking balls.
Yeah, they're the fastest production cars that are on the market, right? But they're all, if you want to be stereotypical, they get bought by rappers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They get beat to shit and then they get stolen. Right? So these guys buy them from the salvage auctions and shit, right? So I watched two separate videos yesterday, right? And they both do the same thing. They open up the car, and I don't know if this is something that somebody did that I don't know who started it, but they look in, they make sure it doesn't stink or whatever, right? And they come back out of the car and they're like, smells like a Hellcat in there. So are they insinuating that all
probably
Hellcats
just smells like fucking weed?
Smell like weed and mothballs? I think that's what they're saying.
Probably.
And it dawned on me the two separate white guys from places that could be more heavily racist than the others, especially the dude from Kansas.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know. I bet you a white dude from Baltimore is pretty racist.
Yeah, but I've seen him doing cool stuff with black guys.
Yeah, okay.
So he's friends.
Gotcha.
He's friends with the rival gang.
Yeah.
Oh, that's it. Speaking of this, I waited on this other funny guy at the spot out in the sticks, and I don't know what happened. I wasn't paying attention to the TVs, so the WNBA is on, or they're just talking about this Angel Reese Caitlin Clark hard foul.
Yeah.
Which is it's not
the
even
most basic fucking basketball player ever.
It's not
made.
even a hard foul.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I would say
flagrant.
I would say the foul was really the fucking second before when she pushed the off on the girl in the back. So you shouldn't even been at that point anyway. But anyway, sorry.
So anyway, I'm trying to talk to this guy. I'm like, oh yeah, can you imagine? It's not even that big of a foul, and this guy just goes, "Listen, you know what the problem is? These guys, they just can't handle the fact that Larry Bird is back." Referring to Caitlin Clark being the Larry Bird of the WNBA.
I mean, it's a pretty good comparison.
These guys, they just can't handle it. And I was like, yo, this place is a fucking gem. The amount of stuff I get to put on the little notepad from this one place, it's I could never leave. We would have nothing to talk about.
I mean, these girls, though, I don't understand what they want. this is exactly what this fucking league has been waiting for this whole time, is a marketable star that like draws people in. It's like, motherfuckers, if you want to get paid, this is how you get paid. And this has happened all throughout other guys' leagues. Like when Magic and Bird came around, like that's when the NBA blew up and everyone started getting fucking paid.
Yeah.
When Tiger Woods went to the fucking PGA Tour, it didn't matter that the motherfucker was winning like every other tournament he entered, because the guy who finished 7th, all of a sudden his pay was fucking quadruple what it used to be to fucking win these tournaments. Like, when a fucking star like her comes around, it's like, dude, you guys should all be fucking tonguing her asshole. Like, everyone in that league,
especially in the WNBA.
But but the bottom line is you guys got to be fucking marketing that girl hard. And if Angel Reese is like playing into it to kind of be like the villain or whatever, I mean, that makes sense too. But all the other ones that have like are pissing and moaning about this girl, it's like, dude, you don't have a leg to stand on. Nobody fucking gave a shit about your league. The idea that I would be on a podcast talking about a WNBA like topic 3 years ago would have been fucking insane to me.
Sorry for bringing this up.
Just saying.
Yeah.
Like, you want to fucking make $150,000 a year playing women's basketball? This is your ticket to do so. Like, embrace this shit.
I think the issue is they need a better villain because the other girl sucks. Like,
Angel
Reese,
not good at basketball.
She's not.
Yeah, I mean,
she's not playing fundamental ball.
No, I mean, to be perfectly honest, she looks like my son playing basketball, and my son barely knows how to play basketball. Like, he's a carbon copy of her in the sense that he's just a big, tall goofball like I was, who just, all he does is get his own rebound, throwing up layups over and over again, which is effective.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, but you look terrible doing that, So, and he started playing basketball fucking 2 years ago, so you should be further along than this lady. Like, you're a grown woman. You need to be able to make a fucking layup. Like, this is pathetic.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what it is. They all just think they try to play like the Steph Curry game.
Yeah. Well, she averages a double-double, but literally 8 of her rebounds a game are off of her own shitty layups. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
What about I got some other like athlete stuff that I saw. Our boy Deshaun Watson.
He's not my boy.
That's your boy. He's been put this he's had anesthesia to get a back piece done.
What?
That's like the new thing. Athletes are getting like anesthesia so they can get like a
tattoos?
Tattoo. Yeah.
That's could be the just weakest thing I've ever heard of.
Yeah.
Like, the whole point of getting a tattoo is like earning it. Like, you got to sit and earn that tattoo. That's so lousy. That's
there's Matt, like a bunch of
and I'm not even like a tattoo guy, I'm just like, that's the fucking worst thing I've ever heard.
Do you have a tattoo?
I do have a tattoo. Yeah, but I'm not like a guy who went out and got a lot of tattoos. I got one tattoo that meant something to me, and that was it.
Yeah.
You know. But if I were a tattoo guy, where it's like I have fucking 10 tattoos, and this fucking guy's like taking local anesthesia to like knock himself out and fucking get a back tattoo. It's like, you didn't earn that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Terrible. Did you ever see the show Sons of Anarchy? I don't know why.
Yeah.
You remember the episode? I think it's early on in the season or whatever, where the guy who comes back after, I don't know, you got out of the gang for whatever reason or whatever, so he had to like give up his jacket. But underneath, like, he had like a full back tattoo of the Sons of Anarchy thing on it. So then, like, they fucking got him, beat his ass, and then like burned that shit off his back. You remember that episode?
That. Yeah.
That's what they got to do now to Deshaun Watson. Like, you got to fucking, you're gonna like medieval torture your ass, take that fucking tattoo off your back. And also, he fucking assaulted a bunch of women. So fuck you.
Somebody said that he had to undergo, because they show him like on the table. You know what I mean? And I guess they do it for like, I guess you like run out of time getting tattooed a lot.
Yeah.
And I guess like with the anesthesia, they can put like a anti-inflammatory in there or whatever, and that like lets them tattoo for longer.
Yeah.
And they'll have like multiple artists going. You know what I mean? So it's like they're getting like a 12 to 20 hour back piece done in like 6 hours or something. You know what I mean? So
I don't even care. Like, it's still stupid. Like, if you want a 12 to 20 hour tattoo, then you got to sit for 12 to 20 hours. You have to earn it. That's how it works, you know?
But that's just what they're doing. So they show the picture of him, right?
Yeah.
And the reason why I put that on there, because somebody had made, like, they showed the picture of it, and then they made sure they got the comment section in. They're like, well, they had to put him to sleep because he gets a little handsy when you put him on a table like that. And I was like, oh, they got him. They got him.
It would have been funny if they got him back a little bit and woke up and his butt cheeks were a little sore.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you don't like it when the tables are turned, do you?
Have you ever heard that joke how Superman's flying around town and he sees Wonder Woman in a skyscraper and she's like naked with her legs spread playing with herself?
Yeah.
So he like flies in faster than speed and bullet and like does his thing. And, you know, he's rolling around thinking that he banged Wonder Woman and nobody's the wiser. And then they go back to like Justice League hangout and like the Invisible Man's limping around like, my fucking ass is killing me, bro.
Wonder Woman's like, what was that? Invisible Man goes, I don't know. My ass is fucking killing me.
Hell yeah. That's a classic. Alternate ending.
Yeah. Well, that was how I heard the joke, but yeah.
Yeah. Look at that. You got any thoughts on my boy Reggie Miller?
I mean, yeah.
How come like Reggie Miller, Barack Obama, and The Rock are like all like the same, like they're from the same batch of seeds, but they're like slightly different phenotypes of each other.
Gotcha. They spliced him with like a different kind of reptilian. Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, Reggie Miller could be one of the ugliest human beings on the face of the planet. Like, just he looks like he's literally like a fucking
like Skeletor.
Yeah, like an anteater or some shit.
Have you ever heard of Sister Talk?
Yeah,
they're like the same person.
Yeah,
she's part of the phenotype bag of seeds too.
Yeah,
but I feel like Reggie Miller and his sister have probably sucked comparatively the same amount of dicks in their life. Like you can't tell me that like Reggie Miller and like who's the guy Isaiah? He's a little fruit bag too, and Magic. Like those guys are not to be trusted.
You think Magic was gay?
Bro, Magic be doing some gay ass shit.
How do you know?
Just like fucking listening to him talk and stuff. I'm like, this guy's a fucking fruit bag.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I don't think so. I mean, he banged all the fucking. That's how he got AIDS, was from the fucking
dudes.
No, I thought he got AIDS from like a Lakers dancer or something.
I don't know. You ever hear like an interview on like it's maybe like a Barstool interview, and they're like, when you got the diagnosis, were you like, I know it was that dirty bitch from something, and Magic just like laughs, and he's like, yeah, I kind of did think that a little bit.
Yeah,
that's hilarious.
I mean, well, when you're Magic, I mean, I bet he was fucking plowing a bunch of women, but you know, if you're just a normal person in like Gen Pop getting AIDS, I bet you can be like, I know it was that fucking bitch. God damn it.
Yeah. Imagine like if it like, you know, you have like an STD and you got to make all those calls.
Oh, I know.
Like,
yeah.
Hey, I got like Magic's phone call list must have been like, and he's like, he's doing it on like a fucking rotary phone. Just sitting
there the Rolodex.
Thinking about his terrible choices.
Flip.
That's like a full-time job for like an assistant for a year. He's like, all right, call everybody in here and tell them they probably got.
Well, I mean, at that point, at least if you're Magic Johnson, you could just send out a press release.
Yeah, there you go.
I mean, I'm sure most of the people who fucked Magic Johnson knew pretty quickly, like, oh, I gotta get tested. What's this about Kanye? What are we doing? He studied to be a painter? Oh shit, are we doing a parallel? Is that what's going on?
That's what this was. Yeah. Said he wanted to be a painter first.
Yeah, well,
that's funny. I know another guy like that. He got similar beliefs. About things.
I guess watch out for these painters. They end up growing up to hate Jews.
They both think Mercedes makes a hell of a vehicle.
Yeah. Anyway,
I don't know.
Kanye West, fucking holy shit, man.
Well, I saw another.
Have you heard the song yet?
Yeah,
it's a good song. I mean, take out the lyrics and like the beat, like you're like, oh, I would listen to that song.
He's just like, I feel like he's just like doing like
I mean, he's trolling people at this point. Yeah.
Yeah, like I really don't think
that
he was sucking cousin dick.
You don't think so?
Nah, because then like the day after that, he posted a thing saying like, now,
April Fools?
Like, no, he was like, now that everybody thinks I'm gay, am I allowed to say faggot?
Yeah.
So it's on here.
You think that you think he came up with a story about sucking his cousin's cock just so he could say the word faggot?
Yeah. I'm telling you, you'd be doing crazy stuff.
Yeah, I mean, sure.
Why would you put stuff out like that?
I don't know.
Especially when you got kids.
Well, I mean, obviously the shit he's doing now is kind of not thinking about the kids, that's for sure.
Yeah. What about this dude? You hear about this motherfucker?
No.
He's like a fucking...
May face execution.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Dallas native arrested for having cannabis candies in Indonesia.
Oh, Indonesia. That's the fucking movie I keep talking to you about. Remember the Return to Paradise movie? That's fucking Indonesia, dude. They don't fuck around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he had 132 pieces of cannabis candies, and now he could face death by firing squad.
Holy shit.
And it's like, I'm just going to say, if we're going to make like a fucking fantasy football trade for like the Lord of War for Brittany Griner,
yeah.
like what type of criminal can Indonesia get from us for this guy?
Yeah. Man.
Like this guy definitely is a better basketball player than Brittany Griner.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. Jared Shaw, 34 from Dallas, who's playing basketball in Indonesia. Damn. Yeah.
I mean, bro, if I could have already died 6 years ago, this would be the dream of mine. So, you know.
What, getting executed in Indonesia?
Yeah, like, I'm just saying.
Is that like the heights of the heights?
Yeah. He's fucking dead. He doesn't got to worry about it no more.
Yeah. He's still alive,
I mean,
right?
think about the...
What is the story? Is this motherfucker dead?
Bro, there's no way this dude wasn't getting, like, incredible amounts of fucking Indonesian pussy over there, too.
Oh, yeah. Probably weird.
Like, he's like, let me
too.
stick this cannabis candy up your butt and find it.
Yeah. I'll find it with my fucking 17-inch long finger.
Have you ever seen... Yeah. Have you ever seen the meme? Or it's like it's not like a girl talking, but she's basically like, yo, I met a guy and he said he was into like fucking butt play or whatever.
Yeah.
So she's like, I stuck all these jelly beans up my ass and now he can't find a single one.
What's that mean?
Because it's like a suppository. So she stuck these jelly beans up her ass trying to be like kinky for this guy.
Yeah.
And they just dissolved in her butt.
Oh.
So she had this guy like looking for these jelly beans to eat them out of her ass.
Ew.
And there's just none. She just got all butt diabetes.
Butt diabetes.
Yeah.
Yuck. Gonna take a weird colored shit later.
Oh, what about this? Speaking about me killing myself. Like we were talking about Socrates, I feel like.
Yeah.
And how he was like, nah, like you got to kill me now. Like, you know that what hemlock is?
Yeah. Well, it's got arsenic in it, right?
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
It's like it's in the carrot family.
Yeah. Well, it's like a tree, right? But it's like the nettles off of it, like.
I don't know. It said it was in the carrot family, so it can't be a tree.
I thought
hemlock
was a tree.
A root vegetable.
Oh, I don't know. I thought it was a tree, and I thought it was like the nettles, like it's like almost like a pine tree kind of looking thing.
I don't know. I'm about to start growing some hemlock at my house. Make a nice little potion for my enemies.
Yeah, it's a pine tree. It's hemlocks. It's like yeah.
Well,
but either way, like but like the nettles off of it, like have like if you eat them, like it's one of those things where if you eat like 5 or 6 of them, it's nothing. But like if you like make like a tea out of like their nettles, it's arsenic. So it's like it's literally a poison. So yeah, like that's
cool.
How you used to fucking kill yourself back in the day, drinking hemlock.
It's crazy the shit that they like figured out.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know, that's. I guess a few people had to drink a lot of different nettles in order to be like, hey, why is Brad dead? It's like, oh, well, he drank the nettles off of that tree.
Oh, they're like making gin out of pine trees, and then like they just used the wrong pine tree one day, and like everybody died.
Pretty much
at the party.
I'm sure that happened.
Like that was like the first like that's like ancient Greece's version of like fentanyl.
Well, I was gonna say Heaven's Gate. Remember the fucking drinking the Kool-Aid, the fucking Air Nikes on?
No,
you don't remember that?
Air Nikes, Heaven's Gate, drinking Kool-Aid.
Yeah, the dudes who they all drank the Kool-Aid. You know the term drinking the Kool-Aid. Do you know that term?
This place in Africa where the guy tricked everybody into killing themselves?
Yeah, and they all were fucking wearing like Nikes or whatever, like laying in bed. They were waiting for the spaceship to come from behind the moon or whatever the fuck it was.
Jim Jones, right?
Yeah, Jim Jones. Name? Yeah. Oh, you know what? Never mind. I think I'm confusing two. There's 2 of those same exact things. The one that the people were wearing Nikes was like in California, but Jim Jones was the drinking the Kool-Aid. I think that was in the South somewhere, wasn't it?
It was in Africa, bro. Jamestown in Africa. They like, went into like the middle of the fucking jungle.
Was that what it was?
Yeah.
All right. Well, yeah. So and then there's
Jim Jones a fucking black guy?
No, James Jones was a white guy.
It was a bunch of white people that went to Africa.
All right. Well, whatever. At any rate,
there's like a funny joke in there about them like wanting to be black so bad that they died from drinking Kool-Aid.
Oh man.
I saw this thing.
You got to mind that one.
I saw this thing where this guy was showing people how to make Kool-Aid, and he was like making it how I did with all the sugar in it, and they were like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, Nah, this motherfucker's got the right idea. That's how you make it.
You would add more sugar to the Kool-Aid?
Dude, so you're telling me you would just fill up a pitcher of water and dump one Kool-Aid packet in there?
Oh, I mean, I wouldn't do one, but I would do a couple. But like
two.
Yeah.
Or like you're one of these weirdos that thinks a couple could be three.
No, well, whatever the fucking, because I used to get it in like the little tub or whatever with the scooper thing.
All right.
So I would just put in as much as like it to taste, you know? Like I would just do it until I was like, this is a sufficient amount of red, you know?
Yeah, like I would get it to like I would use the Kool-Aid to like get it to the color that I wanted.
And then you would
I would just
more
put sugar in to get it to like the sweetness that I wanted.
Yeah. I mean, that's crazy. That's a lot of sugar.
I guess, but that's how they were.
I mean, every scoop you're putting in there is already like sugar,
they were like chastising this guy,
Yeah.
and I'm like, nah, he's doing it the right way.
I mean, whatever. Like I said, I did it to taste, so I would stop putting it in once it was like to my peak level of. You were probably doing it more cost effectively because I was paying fucking $12 for the fucking jar of Kool-Aid.
I was cutting it.
Yeah,
I was fentanyling it.
Yeah, you were doing it right.
Oh, we got off of Brittany Griner too quickly.
Said no one ever.
Nice. You ever seen the thing where she gives Kevin Durant a kiss and he gets all mad?
No.
Like he forgets that she's a girl? He's like, yo, no.
Well, yeah, I would forget too that she looks like she
She'd
could
be
whoop my
talking like
fucking
that.
ass.
You know that she's involved in a child support scandal right now?
Oh, really?
Yes. So she converts a straight girl, right? Never was into girls before, gets her to marry her, right? They get a sperm donor. She gets pregnant, right?
Yeah.
But then later on it comes out that she's been being
went back to the sausage.
Went back to some sausage.
Yeah.
So now Brittany Griner would like a paternity test to make sure that
the baby wasn't his. Yeah.
Test tube baby and not infidelity baby. And if it is infidelity baby, then you guys got to get the fuck out of here because I'm keeping all $80,000 of my yearly salary to myself now.
Yeah.
That's wild.
I mean, yeah, I would do the same thing.
The WNBA is a wild place, bro.
Yeah.
Like, imagine if it was the NBA and, like, the guys fucked each other. I mean, I know Karl Anthony Towns is in the league now.
Oh, he's definitely gay.
He's definitely a raging homosexual.
Yeah.
But imagine the drama.
Yeah.
Like, there's a potential for, like, an ex-girlfriend to be D'ing up. Two ex-girlfriends to be, like, D'ing up each other.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? While, like, your old bae throws the ball to her new bae.
And also,
and she shoots, like, a game-winning dagger, and they celebrate in each other's arms while you're just a loser and, like, some cast-off pussy that nobody wants anymore.
Lesbian exes, too, are fucking, they're out for blood. Like, gay exes, like, you could fucking be fucking a dude for 12 years and then just, like, be like, well, we're done, and then still be, like, best friends. Like, that's how they roll. Lesbians, though, they do not fuck around. They are out for justice. They're like fucking Steven Seagal out there breaking up with people.
I mean, they don't fucking. You ever heard that joke? What's a lesbian bring to a second date?
What?
A U-Haul. Because they move in. They serious right away.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Two girls that I used to work with or whatever. Actually, they're getting married. Congratulations. But it was the same thing where like they've been dating for like 3 months. Now they're like engaged. It's like okay.
Bro, I work with this one chick. She was my friend. I don't want to say I just worked with her. Like she was my friend for a while, and she's a straight girl, or maybe she was bi a little bit. I don't know, but I knew her as fucking dudes. You know what I mean? And she's kind of like a fucking hoe, to be honest with you.
Okay.
And so then she comes across this lesbian who wants to be a boy. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know if she ever considered herself to be a transgender, but she like rode that line of like, you
like almost getting there.
Yeah, like you dress like a boy, you talk like a boy. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like you look like they took the extreme version of the twin from Good Charlotte and the not so extreme version of the twin from Good Charlotte and just blended them together.
Yeah.
And so we're all working together at this place, right? And this one lesbian, she used to be like a vague regular of mine at the one restaurant that I worked with at the girl beforehand, right?
Yeah.
And so then now we all go to this new restaurant we're working together at Bar Louie. And they're both servers. I'm a bartender, right? So I kind of see them from they're flirting and stuff, you know what I mean? Da-da-da.
Yeah.
And the whole time I'm like, yo, is my friend really that fucking stupid? Like, this girl has like the cheat code to like how your brain works.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? She's like hitting on you, telling you like all the stuff that you want to hear, that you need to hear. And it's like, you're not picking up on this shit, that like you're like getting played by like the ultimate like player fuckboy.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm like, all right, love is love. Like, whatever. So they now they're in love. Then they move in together. Now they move to Pittsburgh, I think, or somewhere in Pennsylvania, because now the boy girl is going to go to school to be like a horror makeup movie artist kind of shit.
Okay.
So my friend,
Pittsburgh.
It's somewhere in Pennsylvania, some fucking latex school down there, some shit, right? So my friend moves down there, is like supporting her friend supporting her girlfriend while she's going to school.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Then the broad gets on some fucking TV reality show about making horror movie stuff. I think she wins it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Goes, and then now she fucking tells.
She got dropped.
Now she tells my friend to kick rocks.
Oh, that's fucking.
You know what I mean?
lousy.
Now years later, my friend is like has like 3 kids with like a guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's just like, but I'm like, dude, like, that's what I don't get. Like, you're like this straight in my. Somebody else that I know has a friend like this, and they're about to get married.
Yeah.
And I'm like, so this broad never identified as a fucking lesbian beforehand, right? And now she's like with this broad, still doesn't consider herself a lesbian, just love is love.
Yeah.
And it's like, bro, like, you don't understand? Like, this is a predatory lesbian.
Yeah.
Like, this is a predatory fuckboy. Just because she's a lady and she has a vagina doesn't mean that she's not thinking with her dick.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
With
like,
her oversized
yes.
clit. Yeah.
And it's just like, I don't understand. Yeah, like this throbbing big thumb that she has going on, that she's like girls will be so fast to be like, oh man, I think this guy's tricking me. He's trying to play me out. And it's like, where is this all the skepticism in the ladies' bathroom? Yeah, like you think you're all just friends and nobody's here to play you out? Like,
I mean, if you look at it anyways, like there's no fucking such thing as there's no woman friendship in the world that's as close as like even the loosest fucking guy friendship out there. Like women fucking just don't like each other usually. Like they're best friends, but yet they're always talking shit about each other. They're always catty. Like, you know, it's always about like what that person has and what I don't have. Like,
yeah,
I hang out with dudes like I don't even get below surface level. My wife the other day was like, "Hey, Melanson, I guess, just had his baby or whatever." She's like, "Hey, did Paul have his baby or whatever?" And I was like, "I have no idea." Like at that point in time, I texted him just, "Did you have a baby?" And then he like sent me a picture of a baby. I'm like, "Yeah, he had a baby." You know, it's like, I don't know, man. We don't fucking.
And then she's like, "What's his name? When was he born?" I was like, "I don't fucking know. I didn't ask. I just gave the picture a like, and I moved on with my day."
Yeah, he was like my best friend for 10 years. I talked to him like in a offhanded fucking text message every 9 months.
Yeah,
you know, like
that's one thing that does suck about this business is like, it doesn't. You never miss your friends.
Yeah.
Like if your friend disappears off the face of the planet, is like doing something to work on him. It's like I've been so preoccupied with talking to all these fucking idiots all day.
Yeah.
Like I don't come home and have the thought like, oh, I wonder how this person's doing.
My social
it's like I come
battery's
home
at
and I'm
zero.
like, hey, why don't you don't fucking talk to me?
Yeah.
You know, like ever.
Yeah.
So yeah, I feel bad. You know what I mean?
I don't feel bad about the people. Most of my friends at this point in time I've met in the industry or are in the industry. So like the couple though that aren't, like that's who I feel bad for, because it's like I don't think
they get it.
I had a buddy who was he was like my college roommate, the kid Pete, the big tall Scandinavian kid who pissed in people's rooms and shit.
Yes. My brother from another mother.
Yeah, exactly. But he lived up here for a little while in Rhode Island. Actually, he was working at like I think his wife was like, I don't know, she was like a stomach doctor or some shit. I don't know. But he was up here for like maybe like a year or something. And he would always like reach out to me and be like, hey, what are you doing tonight? Hey, what are you doing tonight? Were you doing something tonight? And it's like, dude, I work 5 fucking nights a week. Like, and then the other 2 nights, like, guess what? I got to spend it with my family because I love my children, you know? So it's just one of those things where he just stopped asking me. And I felt bad, but it was just like, dude, there's just, you know, I love you. Good luck to you out there, but there's not going to be a scenario where we're ever going to hang out. It's not possible.
Like I'll see you at like your wedding meeting.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and he was already married. He already had his own kids. So it's like, dude, you got to figure this out, you know? But at the same time, I also felt really bad because he isn't from Rhode Island or whatever, and he didn't know anybody. So it's just like, dude, I'm not the guy to be hanging out with around here. Like, I can't do that, you know? If you want to hang out at like 10 a.m. on a Tuesday, cool, but you have a regular job, so that's not possible.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
You want to come sit in my friend's basement and talk on these microphones for a little bit? We can.
Pretty much.
Does Pete happen to clip his keys onto his belt?
I don't know. He's a weird Midwesterner, so maybe.
Do you do that?
No. Who the fuck does that?
I can't.
Yeah.
I don't understand. I hear you from a mile away. How does
me?
that not drive you? No.
Oh.
You don't see these people with like they have like a mountain climbing clip on their fucking keys and they put it on their belt loop.
Yeah, I mean those are the same people that have like the fucking Bluetooth headsets on all the time. It's like, or like the fucking case for their phone like on their belt too.
People with the belt clip.
Yeah.
That's like the white version of rolling around with the fucking thing in your ear all the time, I think.
Yeah, well, that's what I was saying. The Bluetooth in your ear, right?
Yeah, but I feel like the Bluetooth in your ear all the time is like your Ancestry.com is not predominantly Caucasian.
Well, it depends. Like Eastern European, yes. Like if you could be like
I said, predominantly Caucasian.
Yeah.
But the belt clip.
Yeah, belt clip is like you're probably like 40 to 50 pounds overweight and
like
if
you
rocking like a polo shirt with your tucked in.
Like if I had to go and like process the rubble of 9/11, and I found a belt with a cell phone clip on it, I'd be like, just put that in the white guy pile.
Yeah.
That's in the white guy pile.
You're looking for a white guy on that one.
That could be his.
Yeah. Go to the nearest crying white woman. I have terrible news to tell you. Your piece of shit husband is dead.
Dude, I think we talked about that. I worked at a Port Charlotte Red Lobster, which is like a retirement town in Florida.
Yeah.
And I know a manager that had to tell 3 different ladies that their husband died in the bathroom.
Shit.
His name was Ron. He was like a tall, lanky.
At the Red Lobster of Port.
Yeah, like they died. It's
like a killing field.
Yeah, in the shitter.
Damn. Oh my God.
Yeah.
How do you even do that? Do you like go back to the table and be like, I'll give you unlimited fucking breaded shrimp?
No, it would be like, hey, my husband's been in there a long time. Can you go check on him?
Yeah. Fuck.
And he's just fucking dead in the.
Speaking of which, actually, I just heard of a little tidbit yesterday at the bar that I was not aware of. This lady's talking about how, she was on a cruise recently and she's at like the bar or whatever. And the guy, the bartender, it's, slow part of the day. It's maybe like 10 a.m. or something. She's just having a drink at the bar. No one's really there. And all of a sudden over the loudspeaker, it's like, we have a code blue, we have a code blue. And, she's just sitting there. Bartender's just like unloading the drink thing. He doesn't even like look up from what he's doing. And she's like, what does that mean? He's like, oh, somebody's dead. She's like, what? He's like, oh yeah, somebody's dead. Like that's what code blue means. Somebody's dead. And then like 3 minutes later, came on. It was like, cancel the cold blue. And she was like, well, what does that mean? She's like, yeah, he's definitely dead now. Like he was dying and now he's dead. So then he's just like unloading
code
his beer
blue
cart.
Is like, we need doctors. In
yeah,
the house.
exactly.
Like,
Yeah, and then after that, it's just cancel the code blue. It's like, well, he's fucking dead, so it doesn't matter anyway. But lo and behold, he's like, yeah, I mean, somebody dies on every single cruise I've ever been on. Just someone dies all the time. And it makes sense because it's like these ships have thousands of people on them and they're all probably, a lot of them are fucking getting up in there in age. But yeah, apparently cruises like just death ships. Like they have a morgue on the ship. Yeah. Like that's crazy.
They don't have to go anywhere.
Yeah, exactly.
So they don't have to go back to port or whatever.
Yeah. So
I've seen like a hack reported on this where it's like cheaper. Like if you were gonna compare how much it costs to stay on a cruise for your retirement versus how much it costs to stay in like a retirement home facility.
Yeah.
Like
it's cheaper to be on the cruise.
It's just cheaper to be on a cruise, and you just sign a thing being like, when I die, toss me out to sea. And that leads me into another thing. Have you ever seen any videos of like people throwing stuff off the side of a cruise ship?
No.
It's just like the stuff gets annihilated by like
by the water.
No, like by the fucking animals that are down there, like following these cruise ships because they know.
Waiting for the shit to come out.
And also I saw some other thing that like as long as a cruise ship is like 3 miles offshore, they're allowed to dump all of the shit just into the ocean.
Yeah.
So basically like a cruise ship is a shark, right? And then all those little things that like hang out on the shark.
Yeah.
Cruise ship has its own version of these.
Yeah, it's like an ecosystem following
it.
It
Is.
Yeah.
A whole ecosystem following it. So have you seen this guy that like went viral within the last 6 months? Like he fell off of a cruise ship?
No, but did he just get eaten alive?
No. He said he was hammered, fell off a cruise ship, right? I feel like he jumped, and he can't say that he fell, or else he'll have to pay for his rescue.
Right, yeah.
So he has to maintain this thing that
he was drunk and fell off, not that he tried to kill himself? Yeah.
I don't know if he tried to kill himself. I think he just got hammered, because he said, I got to find the thing, dude, because even the interview, you're like, how are there not harder questions being asked right now? You know what I mean? Like they kind of just let him be like, oh, I'm just a stupid good old
stupid
boy,
and drunk.
But it's like, bro, like so. You were so intoxicated that you just like dead man floated, and like all the stuff that eats everything that falls into the ocean was like, this thing is so full of poison that I'm just not going to eat them.
I mean, that's what peppermint schnapps
it's like
and
an
Southern Comfort does to
unbelievable
you.
story to me. Like it's almost to bring things all the way around. It's almost as unbelievable as the fact that Joe Biden was a fully functioning human being for the last term that he was in, and like not just some figurehead puppet lamb chop.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, that's crazy. I would have thought that if you jump off a cruise ship, I thought that was just like a death sentence. Like, you're just dead.
How did you, have you ever heard a thing of, like, some people, they've, like, slept walked off of their hotel balcony and they survive? And it's because they just fall. Like, they're not bracing.
They're like limp?
Yeah, they're limp. Like, that's what saves them.
Well, it's like the drunk driver and drunk driving accidents. That's why they survive. Because, like, they're all fucking loosey-goosey from having 30 fucking drinks in them. So... And then they end up killing a fucking 7-year-old in the other car.
Yeah.
You know?
What about that kid that Will Campbell shouted out? You know about him? He was like a wide receiver for LSU, and he got in like a car accident that killed a man.
Oh, shit. Like fucking Ruggs style?
Yeah, but there's other. It's like a sticky situation where there are like other cars involved, but he was the only guy issued a citation. And it could have been something where it was like, the cops were good old boys, and this was the only black kid involved in the accident.
Oh, you say that? Yeah.
Yeah. So this kid was going to get drafted. Like he was a wide receiver for LSU.
Yeah.
And he ended up taking his own life.
Oh shit!
Because of like the fallout associated with this.
Damn.
You know what I mean? So I don't know. Not to get all grim and everything like that. But,
yeah, well,
But I like that. That kid that the Patriots drafted, like, I talked a lot of shit about falling out of the blue chip prospects, but, like, everything this kid has to say, I'm like, I love him.
Yeah.
If I had a son, I wish he grew up just to be like Will Campbell. Yeah. He's also from the same hometown as Bill Russell.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which loops me into another thing. Do you know about, do you know how many titles the Celtics have off the top of your head?
Oh, shit. Is it 16?
It's like 17 or 18 or 19 now, which answers my question. So Bill Russell is responsible for 9 chips.
More than that. I think it's 10. Because he won one as a coach, didn't he?
I think the 9th one is he's the player coach at that point. I think he's got 9. Either way, he's got 9 or 10.
A lot. Yeah.
Right? And how long could his career really have been? Like, how many of those did he win in a row?
Well, I think all of them were in a row. Didn't they just win the entire decade of the 60s?
I'm unsure. I don't know this Boston trivia. But it made me think I saw this thing on the fucking I don't know if it was on whatever. I saw this fucking thing, and the Oilers won like 5 out of 7 times in a row.
Like when it was like the NFL championship?
No, not those Oilers. Like
Edmonton.
Yeah, Edmonton
with
Oilers.
Gretzky?
They won.
I think they won 3.
They won 5 out of 7 years in a row.
It?
Yeah.
Damn.
Like is that the greatest sports dynasty that nobody ever fucking talks about?
The Edmonton Oilers? Well, yeah, that team was fucking awesome. They had it was Gretzky, it was Messier, it was Coffey. Like they were fucking.
And I feel like Gretzky was towards the end. Like they were already winning cups before Gretzky got there. Like they must have made some kind of trade where they got like they ended up with the first overall pick when they were already had the pieces in place.
Yeah.
Because I don't think Gretzky has that many rings.
I think he does. I think he never won another one because he went to the Kings, and then the Kings were always.
He wins another one. He wins with Messier in New York. They win a Stanley Cup.
No, Messier wins one, but he wasn't on that team at that point.
I'm
sure? Positive. Yeah, I'm positive because that was like more like mid '90s. I think that was the time period where he was on the. What team? I think he was on the Kings at that point.
No, Gretzky goes to the Kings, and then he goes and plays in New York with Messier.
So he goes from the Oilers technically to the Blues, and then from the Blues to the Kings, and then he finishes his career with the Rangers. But that was like late '90s. That was like after they had won the cup. Because at that point it was like Messier was still there, but he was like a shell of what he once was. It was like Adam Graves, like fucking. I think maybe Richter was still there. Leach was still there, but it was like the team that had won the cup for the most part, but then
they didn't like trade the pieces the
exactly.
way to stay
so it was just everybody
yeah.
was fucking old, and then at that point Gretzky was a shell of himself, So yeah, I'm almost positive he didn't win a cup with the Rangers Because, like I said, he was on the Kings team, and then from the Kings, it was just him and Robitaille, and they were good enough to make it to the finals, but they lost to Lemieux's Penguins twice, I think.
That's crazy. I got to look that up.
Yeah, or maybe one of them was a Blackhawks year that they beat, but they lost at least once to the Penguins. Yeah.
I like how the Los Angeles Kings hockey jersey is like gang affiliated as well.
Yes.
I like my hockey jerseys to be gang affiliated.
I mean, everything LA had, like, the Latin Kings rolling around with fucking purple and gold. So
that's a good sports trivia question. Like, of the 4 major sports, like how many guys share the same like team name?
Yeah.
Like Sacramento Kings and LA Kings, and there's Rangers in baseball and
Rangers and hockey. Yeah.
But it's tough because there's been
Giants
a lot
and football, Giants and
like ever since when I learned that question like 20 years ago, there's been like now the Winnipeg Jets have come and gone and come back again.
Yeah.
So like now
that's a thing.
And then it also messes with another trivia question where there's like only so many cities that have all 4 major sports in them.
Right.
And like now,
well, are we talking cities? Because now
that has to be the city.
The city itself. Yeah. So like the Giants
in the name,
New York doesn't count because the Giants and Jets play in Jersey.
I feel like it's. Yeah, I would say that they don't count, but it's more the trivia questions mentioned like worded like it's in the name.
Okay,
so it'd be like New York Jets, New York counts as one of the answers to this question. Chicago's another one, but I feel like they're wherever the Winnipeg Jets used to be, that was the answer to one of the other trivia questions.
I think they were the Atlanta Thrashers.
Yeah, so Atlanta, I think, had all 4 of them, and you never think that because you forget about that hockey team.
Right.
You know what I mean? And so now Winnipeg becomes, there's one more on the teams that share common names with each other and one less to the teams that have all 4 major sports.
Yeah.
Like I used to have a notepad that had all this shit on there, and that's all I would do with my regulars at TGI Fridays.
It's like do trivia,
like talk. No, just like talk sports. You know what I mean? Like that's what that is like the.
Honestly, it's
the area that I used to.
That's really the only reason I even follow sports at all anymore is just because it's easier to talk about sports than anything else with people.
Yeah.
Speaking of sports, though, I'm always reminded of this story, and I don't know if you know about this or not, but do you know what the single greatest pitching performance in the history of baseball is?
I know that you put this on here, and I didn't bother to research it.
So it was in 1970.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh Pirate pitcher Doc Ellis throws a no-hitter
on drugs.
On acid. Not just drugs, acid.
Yeah.
Like, the idea that I would be throwing in a baseball game of any level on acid is impossible to me. And to throw a no-hitter is fucking insane.
I don't believe it.
You don't think he was high on acid?
No.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, it seems like it's a pretty well verified thing at this point.
I don't know, dude. I don't think I've ever done all the hits of acid that I've ever taken. I would say were like stale, or not properly dosed, or you know what I mean. Like I've taken a lot of mushrooms, like high dosages of mushrooms. You know what I mean. I've never gotten to the point of the mushrooms where like I'm seeing high end hallucinations. Yeah, like I'm seeing like the walls melt a little bit and like blurring and shit. You know what I mean? But like fucking seeing like the fridge turn into a fucking dragon or so. You know what I mean?
Well,
like,
I never really saw any of that shit. Yeah, like I don't think it really. I don't know.
But like if you're on, I feel like acid, mescaline, like all the higher ends, like ayahuasca, all this shit, like. You're like disconnected from your eyes.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like you're seeing shit in your brain.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like that's where it's at. So for this dude to be thrown, I don't know. I have I would have less trouble believing that Joe Biden is a reptilian underneath that mask.
Yeah. Well,
than believing this story.
I don't know. I mean, he says he did it, and if it's true, it's the greatest. It might be the greatest sports performance of all time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like. Just straight up, I don't even know how you could pull it off,
dude. Like, and
I honestly don't think if you gave me 20 fucking pitches to throw a strike on acid, I don't think I could fucking do it.
I feel like I would throw 3, and then I would just be so heavily distracted by whatever else is going on in the fucking universe that like.
Well, and just in general too, I would just be so freaked out about the fact that 25,000 people would be watching
looking
me.
At you.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I mean, I guess when you're
swallow my fucking tongue and start to cry.
I mean, we used to work with this dude, and he was sober for a while, and then he got back into doing like mushrooms and stuff like that. And him and his lady would like come in on their off day, and they'd be fucking fucked up. Yeah, like, And you're like, yo, you guys are rolling around like this? Like, I could never do that.
Yeah.
So it's like they've just entered like the next level of where this is casual to them.
Right, yeah.
You know, like they've had a breakthrough where it's like, no, like I'm in a different universe, but like my body can still function in society.
I'm just bebopping around town high on acid.
You know, it makes me, I don't know if I fucking brought this up. I think I only talked to my lady about it, but this guy was friends with this blind guy. And he figured out like what kind of blindness he had, and really the guy just had like bad eyes.
Yep.
So whatever the intermediary between your eyes and your brain, that still worked.
Yeah.
So he theorized, he's like, bro, like the shit that I see on DMT and ayahuasca, he should be able to see it too, because you're not seeing it with your eyes.
Yeah.
You're seeing it
in
from
your brain.
From this shit. So he fucking gave his blind friend heavy drug, and he consented to it. You know what I mean? It's not like he fucking just dosed him out of nowhere. And then he asked the kid what he saw, and he's like, I don't know how to explain it to you, but it was the most beautiful experience of my life.
Yeah.
Like, so that's great. Like, like that just goes to show you, like, whatever you're seeing on that high end shit.
Yeah,
like,
it's obviously not with your eyes anyway. Yeah, it's all brain.
Like maybe your eyes have a little bit to do. Maybe they're like the catalyst.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like that's a blind dude with eyes that don't work that took DMT and was like, yo.
Yeah, I mean,
I had a fucking experience, yo. Like,
yeah, I mean, I guess that's, yeah, I never really thought of that, but somebody like on acid, they probably still like, I guess they must see shit still. Like, they can't be tripping just in the dark, right? Like, I don't know.
I mean, that's the story of fucking drinking out of cups.
Yeah.
You know about that?
No.
Being a bitch, having a fits.
No,
with the
this?
steelest bard. You don't know about drinking out of cups?
No, what are we talking about?
It's like this, like, so I got turned on to this where it was like an audio file that you would download on like LimeWire or Kazaa or something like that.
Yep.
And the urban legend behind it is it's like these roommates, one guy's tripping real bad, he's in the closet, and he's just narrating what he's seeing.
Yep.
Right? So he's basically just like, I don't know how to, like, I know all the words to it just because I'm a fucking maniac with the thing.
You've watched it a million times? Yeah.
And I've also watched like things that debunk it. So it's like I can see where the debunk comes from.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's a guy sitting in the closet narrating his acid trip. I think it's like an acting lesson that got recorded. You know what I mean? And then, but later on, the audio file gets somebody puts a fucking lizard. An animated lizard is now narrating this old audio file, right? So it's like this animated lizard, and he's like, "What is this guy? Fucking, he's got a TP, missed a walkway, missed a balloon hands, all this shit." You've probably heard Diane and myself talking about this at work all the time. Like we quote it all the time, and so then it became viral on what was that shit back on Vine?
Yeah,
I think back in the day, and it was just this funny video. Like you'd watch, and this was before like memes, and you know you're fresh off like the same 5-year-old joke from Anchorman still hitting, and you're like, oh shit, some new drugs, like, and so this shit comes out, and it's just drinking out of cups, and it's like literally just the whole urban legend behind it is it's just this guy narrating his trip
in a closet.
He's in a closet, and somebody put like an animated, you know, like somebody turned this narration that this guy did into like a Pink Floyd fucking movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and that's it.
All right.
I can't believe you don't know about fucking drinking out of cups.
Yeah.
I feel like you're gonna watch it as like a man and be like, "This is like I had to be exposed to this when I was 13."
Yeah. When I was like doing drugs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Anyway. What do we got here?
I have a Zach doppelganger at the airport.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. It's Black Zach.
Black Zach?
Yeah.
I was gonna call him Black, but I guess
he's Black Zach. I've actually sent you guys a photo of him before, and you're like, oh shit, that does look like him.
Yeah.
I sent you guys a picture of a random black guy that I was waiting on at the airport. It doesn't happen too often.
I was gonna say.
Probably gonna scroll way far back up into it, but yeah.
He's you know what my who Hyde Cavage's Black doppelganger is, right? I had to have told you this already.
Jay-Z?
No, RG3. If you look at RG3 and Hyde Cavage straight on, like he's his black.
I don't like that. I feel like RG3's eyes are too far apart, and I don't feel that about my boy Ryan.
Well, I mean, it's just true. You can feel however you want.
Like, no, it's true. It looks like him.
That's Hyde Cavage. It's just black. That's it. look at him straight on next time you see him.
I'm gonna get there. What about this New England serial killer? You got any shit on that?
Well, he's the one that fucking he's like killing people all over like Connecticut and Rhode Island, right?
I mean, who knows if it's a boy or a girl? You don't fucking know.
That's a boy. If there's one thing, listen, I'll be willing to give like fucking the gay community. I'll be willing to give black people whatever their dues are in their respective things. When it comes to serial killers, that's a white guy thing. All right, that's us.
There's some black guy serial killers.
Nah,
yeah, there are.
Like one. There's one in the entire history of serial killers.
I don't know.
He killed a bunch of kids in like Atlanta. So it's
That's my guy.
Yeah. Well, you know the story about that dude?
No.
It's a sad story actually. But yeah, he was like a 1970s serial killer in Atlanta. He was a guy, and he would abduct like little kids and fucking obviously rape them and kill them. But he killed like fucking 17 kids.
I saw some guy like pointing out like how dumb pedophiles are.
Yeah.
And he's like, just think about how awful kids are at everything.
Yeah.
He's like, that's probably how bad they suck dick too. He's like, awfully.
Yeah.
He's like, what are you ruining your life for this shit?
Yeah.
Dude, I had like a fucking a renaissance of fucking, this guy came to Walmart to fuck a 13-year-old boy.
Yeah.
Like, you know those dudes?
Yeah,
that, like,
the dudes who like beat the shit out of
but they keep getting like, they're like, this is what will happen, right? They'll make like an Instagram, right? Called like Predators Exposed or some shit.
Yeah.
And then it draws too much heat, right? Like too many people start reporting them for like hitting these pedophiles. Like, you know what I mean? They're like,
are we saving pedophiles now?
Yes. They're saying that this is like the wrong way to go about it. So the page starts getting reported, right? So then they're savvy enough to like sell the page to like an OnlyFans whore.
Yeah.
So then now then the page is like, hey, check out our friend or whatever. You know what I mean? Whatever her @ is. Or check out her, go to the link for her page or whatever. And it'll just be like hot chicks. You know what I mean? It's like, yo, I'm here for you guys slapping the shit out of diddlers. You know what I mean? Like, what are these hot chicks doing here? So that's what happens. Like, they sell the page off after it gets too hot, and now it's just like hot chick promotion.
Right.
And now you got to go find a new page for it. So I'm like
which Googling anything about pedophiles is a dangerous game.
Yeah,
so.
like I just got the feet out of my Instagram. I'm not trying to just have
beating off pedophiles. Oh, nope. I'm going to have to, nope.
Yeah, so that was basically it. Like, I was on my Instagram with this other kid that I work with, just typing in like, predator, get back, pred this, pred that. And we both basically came to the thing of being like, I don't think we're gonna find it. And we're on a list now.
Yeah. If you want to find that shit, you're gonna have to like unlock like the dark web.
That's like my man. But like this dude that works there, he used to just be like, I got my cocaine on a plate in the middle of the kitchen, and it's there.
What even like that's how he rolls?
Yeah,
like he just has cocaine on a plate.
On a plate, yeah.
Good for him.
And the management put like new cameras in to like attempt to deter him
from just having rails like ready to go.
Yeah, and there's also been kind of like a rumor that like maybe there's a little bit being moved.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? I don't know if that's true or not. It's just you got it, and a few of your boys come through, or if there's like a lot of people coming to see you. I don't know. Maybe that plays into it too, but. Like, it's just wild to me that they're like, no, we're going to get a whole new camera system instead of just being like, hey,
stop blowing coke in the fucking walk-in.
Coke in the car instead of like your
a normal
right
functioning
there.
human being.
Yeah. So now I see them every now and then, like they'll come in and then they'll be like nobody in the kitchen. I'll have to go outside and be like, hey, I got some tickets. And hope that like it's like, are you guys smoking weed over here? Are you in the car ripping fucking gaggers? I don't know what you're doing, but I got tickets and I need help.
Yeah,
I need you to process.
Comes out fucking sounding like he has a sinus infection. It's like, all right, let's get to it, guys.
Dude, I would have been so dead if I didn't quit doing drugs.
Oh,
fentanyl?
Yeah,
I would
absolutely.
be so dead from fentanyl.
Were you a big coke guy, or were you just specifically like prescription medication?
I mean, I've done a lot of coke.
Yeah.
But
I was never a coke. I smoked coke. I never. I should say never. Like I blew coke like maybe 2 or 3 times. But I was more of I smoked coke a few times. I smoked more coke than I blew.
This is how it would go. It'd be like we're gonna go for a few beers at the bar.
Yeah.
After work, and then like you'd go and rip a shot of Jameson, have a bass, do this, and now all of a sudden the guy with it comes in. And you're like, oh, you want to fucking split a bag?
Yeah,
and fucking, and that's it. And then. Dude, I remember one time, like the funniest time of like no intention of doing it at all. You know what I mean? I give this one dude, I gave him a ride home a lot. He actually used to buy weed off of me.
Yeah.
So I would end up giving him a ride home, and we were like friendly enough. But this dude also reaching back into the fucking I know what you were up to now was one of these fucking people that knew about homeboy being escorted out by like the FBI.
Yeah.
And you're like, nah, he's cool. We don't need any further Googling of him, right? So we fucking buy a bag, right? We go to my car, and I just chop up the 2 fattest fucking lines that I've seen in a minute. And I fucking bang one, and he bangs one, and then we go to like dump the rest of the bag out, and it's pretty much like all gone. And I was like, bro, that's awesome. Like this guy definitely probably sold us like a 0.6 for a gram, but we just did like 0.33 lines essentially.
Yeah.
And we're like, all right, let's go back in there. And I just remember being in there like like fucking just being like, and I was like, I was also really friendly with the mom waitress that was in there.
Yeah.
I was just sitting there like, I was like, there's no way this lady doesn't fucking know that I'm being a bad boy right now.
Just fucking yayed up.
Yeah. And I remember another time my boy, we had to like stop being friends because we were so bad for each other. But we get blow at like, I don't know, 12 o'clock in the afternoon. You know what I mean? And fucking, we didn't
And you
even
do it all by like 4?
We didn't even drink yet. That's what the problem was. Like, we just got Coke to get Coke. You know what I mean? And now we fucking bang some lines. And now we're just sitting here like, it's like, dude, this is only for when you're dying from alcohol poisoning.
It's way too bright outside to feel like this.
Like, the best use of it is for you, especially for me. I can't be the one in control of the bag.
Yeah.
And also, like, I only need a friend to be like, hey, man, why don't you have this one thing right here?
Yeah.
To bring yourself back to life because you're getting sloppy.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Anything other than that, I'm fucking...
Yeah, it's bad news.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's so funny that, like, you're like... I feel like I'm flatlining, right, for, like, drug and alcohol stuff, right?
Yeah.
At like, a young age, and you're, like, super up here, right?
Yeah.
And then slowly you're coming down, and I'm, like, we're passing each other, like, on the escalators.
Yes.
Going into, like, one...
Pretty much. I'm, like, leaving the party and you're coming in. I'm going to be like, you're going to enjoy it for a little while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm, like, picturing the Providence Place Mall. Like, you're ascending into heaven, and I'm, like, going down, and you're like, hey, don't get tricked by those guys trying to clean your shoes. They're just trying to sell you stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I was done doing drugs, like, hard drugs, at least, when I was... fuck was I, like 18, 19 at that point? So, yeah. I did all my drugs in middle school, which is wild because I have a middle schooler now. What?
I said in middle school I was a tool bag.
Yeah.
I was like telling on kids for smoking cigarettes.
Don't get me wrong. In middle school, all I was doing was masking my social anxiety and anxiousness with drugs. Like,
I feel like
all
that's like when your sons like go out to play in the neighborhood. Now you're like, hey, I know what you're up to.
Yeah. My son's in 6th grade. He's like a year away from how old I was when I was doing like acid. Like, that's fucking nuts.
That's
to
crazy.
Me.
Yeah. you're like
he's about to be in 7th grade. My summer going into what was I? It was my summer going into 8th grade. That's when I started doing drugs. So it's like a calendar year from now, my sweet young innocent child will be the same age I was when I started doing hard drugs. Absolutely. Yeah, I was definitely huffing Glade at that point. So
I don't know if I ever sent it to you, but I went down the eBay rabbit hole of can you buy old Glade that you can still get high on, and you definitely can. Yeah, we should get one for I'm so glad this came back around. Have you seen the maniacs that can fucking identify Diet Coke by its origin?
By its origin?
Like, people set up these blind taste testings of Diet Coke. It will be like a bottle, a can, a glass bottle, one from McDonald's, one from Chick-fil-A, one from Taco Bell, one from wherever, right?
Well, I mean, once you get into like the different kinds of fountains, like, I think I would fall, but I 100% could do that for can, bottle, fountain, like the different receptacles for sure. But then once you get to like the formula of fountain, that's too far. That's autistic at that point.
Yeah, but I've seen like broads do it.
Yeah. I can imagine.
There's like 4 or 5 different restaurants that they can identify.
And each one of them is probably 260 pounds. So.
I want to have a day, and I don't know if we're strong enough to do this.
Yeah.
But we just line up the fuck there's a Maverick, there's a Pall Mall.
Oh, I'm not strong enough. Dude, you give me one cigarette, dude, I'm smoking
You're going
30, you know? Like, that's how that's going to go.
You're smoking like Hank Hiller's trying to get you to never smoke again.
Yeah, no, I know myself well enough to know, like, how hard it was for me to quit smoking. If I have one cigarette, it's all undone.
I don't know, dude.
Yeah.
Because I didn't smoke for a long time, and then when Zach and I went snowboarding for the second or third time or whatever, I think it was I bought a Black and Mild, and I was like, I'm going to have a Black and Mild when I finally master this.
Yeah.
Or when I feel like I'm confident enough to go down. So I said, yo, I fucking did it. I can go down the hill without falling and shit. I'm having this I took like 3 puffs of that Black and Mild, dude. I felt so sick. I had such a headache.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, dude, what I was like laying down in the fucking...
In the snow? Yeah.
No, like this was in the car on the way home. You know, I was like, I was like, dude, I don't fucking feel good. I was like, dude, I can't believe you're a 40-year-old man right now.
Can't handle smoking a fucking
Black and Mild with this 21-year-old driving you around.
I don't know, man. I still think about it all the time, like smoking, like just how fucking great it felt. So, I mean, yeah, I would be right back in it. 100%. I don't smoke cigars for that exact reason, because my brother quit smoking, but he like still smokes cigars.
Yeah.
And he's able to just do that like every now and again. I could never do that.
Dude,
like,
cigars are fucking gay.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Like, you go to a cigar bar, there's no chicks in there. It's just a bunch of dudes fucking puffing.
Yeah.
Like showing other dudes what their puff game looks like.
Yeah. Well, and also it's the same fucking dudes who like drink like IPAs and talk about like the malt and hops and shit.
I don't even think it's that. They're like,
it is. Well,
no, it's liquor, bro. They're like drinking, like, you know what I mean? They got like a $40 pour bourbon.
Yeah, I'm just saying though, it's not good enough to just smoke cigars. They nerd out about it. They're like, this was rolled by Jose Cortez, who's a Nicaraguan cigar roller who defected from Cuba, and these are the rolls. It's like, who gives a fuck, man?
Yeah,
like this is fucking stupid.
We had a set of twin sons and we abducted them.
Yeah, exactly.
Now they roll these for us in a basement.
Yeah. It's like, then they immigrated to Guatemala in 1988. It's like, why the fuck do you know so much about fucking cigars, dude?
Isn't like the opposite true for cigars as it is for cigarettes?
What's that?
Like you just like fill your mouth up with smoke and then blow it out. Whereas like a cigarette, you like take it into your body.
I mean, you're not supposed to do that with either of them, like given your health standards, but yeah.
I don't...
Like a cigarette, like is bad for you, so you're supposed to not inhale it, I guess. But
I don't know. I think like once you learn how to inhale, there's no going back.
No going back. Yeah. I would never smoke a cigar to just not inhale it. Like that's just stupid.
Yeah, but I feel like it makes you sick.
Oh no. Well, I mean, yeah. If you're not a cigarette smoker, dude, I used to smoke fucking 40 cigarettes a day. Like I could smoke fucking 12 cigars.
I could smoke a lot of cigarettes, bro. But cigars, I get like halfway done. And I'm like, I don't want to do this anymore. This is fucking gay.
Well, that is
not even because I feel like it's gay. With the puffing.
I don't want to be smoking a cigar for 35 minutes. Yeah. I hear you on that.
Yeah, like I just get to the point where I'm like, this is fucking all we're doing with our life. There's no pussy here. Like, what are we doing?
That reminds me though. I used to fucking go to boarding school or whatever, and we couldn't smoke butts in boarding school, obviously, or we could. It was just harder to get away with because obviously, fucking in a dorm room, or whatever, you'd have to blow it out of a fan. It was a pain in the ass. So it was just easier to throw lips, like dip and shit. So over my tenure of going to school at this place, I got like so into dipping that like I literally could fit an entire tin of dip in my mouth, like horseshoe it all the way around. I could throw uppers. Like I was a fucking dip maniac.
Bro, good thing you never got into vaping, I guess. You just imagine sucking on that.
Yeah. I could never get into vaping anyway, because to me, like, the best part of a cigarette was the burn. Like, you have to have that harsh-ass feeling in your chest. That's what it's all about. That's honestly what I've been missing. I feel like I'm, like, empty right now. You know, like, I have some void inside of me that needs to be filled by just that poisonous cloud of cigarette smoke.
Have no raspiness.
Yeah. Oh, God. That just harsh, thick pull of a fucking Marb Red on like an 88-degree humid day. That's just like, that's the best.
Have you ever seen like some vape Olympics?
Yeah, the dudes who like fucking, move their fucking hands around like they're a goddamn street performer. Yeah.
It's almost like they're like doing glow sticks at a rave.
Yeah,
but
they're like fucking
cigarettes.
Avatar. It's like,
have you ever seen like the viral video of like this dude? He's like all dweebing out about it. He's like, imagine fucking blowing O's to this, and he's like,
yeah,
but he's like, fuck, he's not even. He's like,
it's
pretending
he's
that
ghost
he's
vaping.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I was like, holy shit, this dude loves it. That's what I think of when I see that guy pop up in my timeline all the time. Like, this is how Brennan used to smoke cigarettes.
No. I was fucking all business.
No. Like, yes, like that dude's all. I'm not saying you were fucking making funny techno dances with your smoke rings. Just saying like how much this guy is into
Loves it. That's how much I love smoking. Yes.
1,000%,
man.
Like the guy from Triple X.
Of all of my vices I've quit, smoking was the hardest one because I honestly do. I love it. I loved to smoke. It was my favorite thing in the world. Now I have kids, and those unfortunately are my favorite thing in the world. But
yeah.
But once my youngest turns 18, I'm smoking again. I've told that to the wife.
Say it's gonna suck.
No way.
Yeah,
it's gonna be it's gonna be like putting on an old coat, man. That's just it's comfortable.
I'm telling you right now, it's not gonna be as good.
I'm looking forward to it.
It goes hand in hand with the alcohol, bro. Like if you're
I can smoke anytime. I don't care. It didn't matter. I could smoke in the shower. I could smoke in the fucking. I loved every cigarette I've ever had.
Smoke in bed when you would wake. Like you'd wake up
I'd
and have
the
a cigarette
right
in the bed.
My chest. Right on my chest. Fucking.
I don't know if I would ever do that.
No, it was the best cigarette of the day.
Because I've always been a pothead. I was a pothead before I started smoking cigarettes. So to me, when I wake up, it's like I'm ripping a bong.
Yeah.
There's nothing better than a banger.
Cigarettes were my first love. Cigarettes. I started smoking cigarettes in 5th grade. Like that was the first cigarette I had was in 5th grade. Yeah.
I was playing with action figures in the 5th grade, man.
I mean, I was too. It's the Dan Soder thing where it's like, you're outside like, I think Cobra should win the next encounter. Like, what are we doing here?
What's fucking crazy, dude? It's like I left halfway through 6th grade, and I like essentially left elementary school and went on to a bus that was for like middle and high school kids.
Yeah.
So like I had to grow up very quickly.
Yeah.
But I didn't. I still was like a little kid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was like comic books, X-Men toys.
Teenage
like
Mutant Ninja Turtles.
This is still what I'm into. No, I was onto like X-Men and comics by then.
Ooh,
you know what I mean? And I remember coming back home, and I'm still like this little kid, right? And like my childhood friend, who his parents still live right around here.
Yeah.
He's like telling me about like how much he loves finger banging chicks. Right?
Yeah.
And I'm like not at the point, like he's telling me about this, and I'm like, oh. You know what I mean? I'm like, bro, we're sticking your fingers where they piss, dude. Like, what? Yeah, I was like, oh. It's like, you like that? And he's like, and like now I'm like, yeah, I fucking love that shit. You know, and like that's
that kid was right.
Like that's what he's telling me. He's like, yeah, bro, what the fuck? What do you mean? What do you mean? I just remember like him looking at, and I was like, how the tables have turned. Like when I first met this kid, I was like looking down at him for wearing Velcro Converse shoes.
Yeah.
And I had cool Michael Jordans, and I was like the coolest thing going.
Yeah. Now
and,
this
like,
motherfucker's finger banging girls while you're fucking playing with X-Men.
He's like, you don't like finger banging, bro? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? I'm like, dude, you don't know about the Dark Phoenix saga?
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean, man? Like, what a fucking tool bag.
Yeah. Check out this Wolverine card of him fighting Silver Samurai.
Yeah. He's like, nah, bro, smell my finger.
There's the episode title right there.
And I remember he tried to hook me up on like we were rolling around, smell my finger, nice. We were fucking rolling around in this neighborhood with these 2 chicks from school. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he had set it all up. He's like, yo, which one do you want? You know what I mean? And I was like so embarrassed. I just like pointed to a girl.
Yeah.
And then we went to like this fucking desolate place. They're like making out and stuff. And I just like talked to this chick. But really, like my friend took the one that I really wanted.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I didn't want this I don't like this broad.
So why'd you point at her?
Huh? I didn't. Maybe it was just like a misinterpretation of who I point. Like he was like, all right, sweet.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, you get that one.
Yeah, you get this one. And then, like, I guess she turned into, like, no surprise, she turned into, like, a giant hoe.
Yeah, I mean, if you're getting finger banged by just random dudes that you just met at whatever.
No, we knew each other.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know. You're pointing to fucking girls being like, hey, I'm going to finger bang you, you know?
Nah, it was like, because I had moved away, and then I would come back on summer vacation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So everybody would age.
So you were, like, exotic.
Everybody would age a full calendar year, and then I would come back and be like, you guys still in X-Men? And they're like, no, we're fucking.
Yeah.
What are you doing, Ryan?
We're putting our fingers in holes, man.
Yeah.
Get with it. Did you then bring all that shit back to Florida? Like, this is what they're doing up north, man.
Yeah, I tried to, but then, like, all my friends were fucking so, like, I was the coolest kid of all my friends.
Yeah.
Like, all of my other friends were fucking lames. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
They're like, oh, this Ryan kid's a real envelope pusher. And I'm like, I don't know. These kids up here are getting into pussy, guys.
Yeah. My buddy fit 3 fingers in the last one.
Yeah, I also remember I had this, like, I was friends with this set of brothers. I was really friends with the one brother, and then I became friends with the younger brother.
Yeah.
But obviously, they hated each other because they were 2 years apart half the time, and other times they're having a good time. You know what I mean? Probably like your brother's situation, you know? And the one kid, he got busted. The younger brother got busted smoking dope, right? And the parents were so hard on him about it. And then me and Peter are like smoking weed all the time.
And they don't give a shit.
But he had already like signed up to go into the military and shit. He didn't give him any problems. Phil got like bad grades.
Yeah.
You know, pushed the envelope in other ways. Yeah. And I remember one time, like, we're smoking dope in his room with the tried and true
Zoob tube?
You do it.
Yeah.
Zoob tube?
Yeah.
What is this? With the dryer sheets?
Yeah, it's the dryer sheet filled with
I'm like,
paper.
there's no way this is fucking working. Like, there's no fucking way that this is
it doesn't work well, but
I don't think it works at all.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And we're doing that, and the parents don't say nothing. They're like Jesus freaks and stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Going to church all the time.
Yeah.
Loving the Lord.
Yeah.
Nothing.
So the idea behind a Zoob tube is you need to be like in front of the fan that like points outside of your fucking room, smoking weed through the Zoob tube out. So that's like, and even then it still smells like fucking weed. It just smells like less of weed and then also weird like citrusy whatever bounce sheets, you know.
I think
so that's a fucking boarding school move.
It's a terrible method.
Yeah.
Maybe it works to eliminate the smell of cotton candy vape.
I mean, at worst, it makes your room smell like kind of weed and fucking and clean laundry.
Yeah.
So. Anyway, I gotta go.
All right.
Gotta get the kids off the bus. I'm gonna go fucking see if my kid is on drugs right now.
Nice.
Yeah.
You're looking in his eyes.
Yeah, exactly. Come here. Open your eyes.
That's so funny.
Anyway.
All right.
Yeah.
Like, share, subscribe. What the fuck?
Yeah. Later, guys.
Peace.